morning, good morning, good morning. Welcome to No Covers Inner City Wake Up Call, coming to you out of Wilmington, North Carolina, 365 days a year. No intro music this morning. We got to shoot to you by remote. But like we said, we will deliver 365 days a year. So like the postman, we got to bring it to you one way or another. Rain, snow, sleet, or hail, we're going to deliver that wake up call. Welcome. It's January the 21st, 2016. Good Thursday morning. We're shooting this about an hour earlier than usual, but we're going to have it to you on the webpage at 7:30, just like we always said. And we won't have the telephone interview. We'll be back live again tomorrow morning, though, back in the den, back in the studio, back in the cave. You'll see us back in bright early 7:30. The announcements, the events, go to our page, our calendar page, and get the events for the month. The business listing has been updated. There are still some businesses that are dragging. And like I said yesterday, this is a free service. I don't want anyone to think we're trying to capitalize and make money off of them. That is not our purpose. Our purpose is only the community service, to serve the community, to make sure we do what we focus on, and that's turn that green to black. We believe that a strong we know that a strong black business infrastructure in Wilmington will help change the climate and help change the climate of this city. We will begin able to employ our young people and put them to work, and therefore they will have examples to look up to, and they will have options to look up to. Versus going to the street, they can go into a business and work in their own community, and they can see us going in the community, opening our doors, unlocking our coffee shops, unlocking our retail shops, unlocking our mechanic shops, unlocking our welding shops, unlocking our carpentry shops, unlocking all the shops we used to do in the past. I had a beautiful time yesterday watching. I took some rest and got some good rest. When the body says stop, you stop. And you get some rest. I got some rest yesterday so I could keep on running. Watched the movie Miss Jane picked me because it was the anniversary yesterday. And it brought back flashbacks, it brought back memory. And like I said, 100 years we have accomplished more than those that have went before us. Now I want to talk about something this morning in the brief time I've got left, because I want to keep these shorts. I don't want to get preachy, but this morning I want to talk about listening to those in front of us. I'm doing heartfelt this morning because I'm talking to a lot of people. Listening to those in front of us. I had a situation that happened the other day, and I posted something that, hindsight 2020, I read it one way, but a larger audience would have read it differently. And I posted it out of anger because sometimes in the line of work I am in, and sometimes the person I am, I get visitors. And I had some people come visit me and ask me some questions. I got kind of upset about it. And so I reacted. But I remember my reaction, I forgot that now that I am broadcasting on a daily basis, I'm talking to a broader audience. And in talking to that broader audience, some of the things I used to say, someone may perceive them different. So as we're taught about language, sometimes you have to change your language of doing something. And my good mentor inboxed me, or basically told me in so many words, out of order. And I immediately responded by doing exactly what he told me to do, even though I might not have understood it at that moment. I am learning as I'm getting older, because I wasn't all that way when I was young, to listen to those that are in front. Listen to those that have already walked the halls. Listen to those that have already been down that road, because they may be warning you of something that may be in the way. Something that you may run into that they've already experienced. Sometimes we as young people, sometimes younger people, younger than myself, see it as, oh, they just hating on me. They just don't want me to have what they have. No, I am not that kind of brother. And I know many of the mentors I have are not that kind of brother, because I don't deal with mentors like that. There are some people like that. But I like to deal with those ones that are going to give me good, concrete criticism and listen to it well. Now, I said that to say, and I don't want to be a dream killer this morning, but I want to give a lesson out to some of these young people and some of the older people that have dreams and how to accomplish those dreams. And that is watching those in front of you. There was an article yesterday about a building over in Creekwood, and I got a lot of phone calls or inboxes about that article, about them getting that center back up. And I have seen them try to get this center up many times. I already know the construction costs on the building. And sometimes we go into things with good ideas and good intentions, but no one has the courage to stop us and say, hey, let's look at the long-term picture. We come to someone and we have a wonderful idea, and it may be promising at the time. Let me give you a case in point. I have the privilege of being associated with Mr. Frankie Roberts, where everybody knows that's one of my lifetime partners. And I have the privilege to be involved with him at the Link facility, working now. Back again for probably the third time. He always has a place for me sometime. I'm glad to have a brother like him. Had a place for me to come home. In doing this work, Atiba Johnson always gives me this. Atiba, I'm talking this morning, he says, sometimes we make things look too easy and everybody thinks it's just that easy. Let me tell you about 1993, when a group of 7 people met every night, or every Friday night, for about a course of a year. Every Friday night, 52 weeks, about a year and a half. And we would meet every Friday night discussing and talking about ways to build this community up. That group was called ECHO, Elevating Communities to Higher Opportunities. Dallas Brown, Frankie Roberts, Vincent Burgess, Sam Armstrong, myself, and Evelyn Bryant. Frankie Roberts. We met every week. And never regardless. And we had arguments. We fought. We clawed. Me and Brother Sam used to go at it sometime at 1 o'clock in the morning. But we were working on a dream. We were working on visions. We were working on ideas. And one day we came up with an idea that we were going to help the children of the community. A lady called us and she saw a report about ECHO and invited us to go to court to get this young man and house him and do the services that now here we are 20 years later doing the same services now. And I never forget it. I get on the court stand and the young man is in the court. I went to court and Frankie goes to court with me. And we're gonna get this young man. Frankie, we'd already come up with a game plan. Frankie's gonna take care of the young man half a day and I'm gonna take care of him the other half a day and a week. And we're going to split weeks and taking them to school. I had a plan mapped out. And Mrs. Phyllis Roebuck, I never forget her name, and I thank her to this day. She got on the stand and she went drilling me. She started asking me about because the young man had some psychological issues. And she started asking me about the DSM-5. She started asking me about PTSD. She started asking me about attentional deficit disorder. She started asking me oppositionally defiant disorder and how much I knew about that and how much I knew about written and how much I knew about Seroquel and medication she started calling out. And I'm sitting there saying, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm just trying to get this man to my house so I can give him some guidance. Why we got to go through all this? And finally, she said, sir, you have a good heart. Your intentions are good. But I would suggest that if you want to get into this line of work, you go back to school and get you some education and a degree into this particular area because this is mental health. And then you can fulfill that heart that you have because without that, I can't release him to your custody. Make a long story short, that day I felt this low. But what she said was true. I hadn't done my paperwork. Me and Frankie had went in there with our heart and got my heart tore out because we wasn't ready yet. We had to go get the paperwork done. We had to go get some time and diligence. I had to go back to school to get a degree in psychology if that's what I wanted to do. Sometimes our heart can be big, but a lot of times our paperwork can be small. So when we go into these projects, when we go into businesses, make sure we have the paperwork because a lot of us fail at what we're doing because we just don't have the paperwork. And then when someone says, whoa, it's going to cost X amount of dollars, we say, no, we can get it from here, we can get it from there, we can pull it from here, we can pull it from there. And we're saying, no, we've been down that road before. Brother Sam, the basketball tournament, we've been down that road before. We were going to give $15,000 to a winner of a 3-on-3 basketball tournament. We thought we were just going to get the money donated. No, we've been down that road before. I'm bringing back memories this morning, I hope, Frankie. Yeah. A lot of times it looks easy. When T.B. Johnson pulled on the football classic, when Big B and them do the runway weekend, it takes time. It takes patience. It takes meeting after meeting. When you see the MLK committee pull out the parade, ask Collis Briggs how many sleepless nights he's had, and he's getting some rest right now trying to pull this thing off, the Battle of the Bands. It takes meeting. It takes time. It takes pulling money from here and there. It's just not as easy as it looks. Not trying to be a dream killer, not trying to kill people's dreams. A lot of times we go into things and we see things and we just jump. And then we get into it and we say, whoa. So the only thing sometimes brothers are trying to do is say, hey, look, let's look at the cost. Let's see, is it worth it? Let's see if we can find another place at a cheaper price. Nowadays, you can build a building. Nowadays, you can put a building in a box before you go in. That project on Castle Street or across the street and right there at 9th and Castle, it looks beautiful. But go ask Ron Sparks exactly how much money it's going to take to refurbish that place. Believe me, after I saw some of the homework, I was like, oh, no. It'll sit there empty. Somebody will tear it down first and make a vacant lot and then build something on it. One thing the Honorable Elijah Muhammad always said, he says, study the Caucasian. Study how he do business. And sometimes we would be wise to study those in front of us. Those that have went and walked these halls before of us. Study how they do business. Study how they do things. And then we can be successful. Yes, live your dreams. But make sure you get all the paperwork done. You all that are trying to go out in businesses, use the internet. I am right now doing no covers. We've been $1 million business. Like, well, you had a bicycle. You just, if you only knew. We had the first mental health company in this city. We didn't know the state of North Carolina was going to change the mental health regulations and I was going to have to go out of business. I thought those $50,000 checks were going to keep coming forever. No, I learned the hard way. You want to go into business? Make some long-term thought process. And make sure you stack some cash away because you never know when it's going to run out. Be patient. Be steadfast. Don't kill your dream. Don't stop your dream, but make sure as you're going about your dream, you're going about your dream in the right place. One of the easiest ways to do business right now is social media and internet. I'm free right now until you pay me $29.95 a month. 500 people can get on this radio station, which is what it really is because this is the wave of the future. No, I'm not advertising now. When I advertise 10 years from now, when I have an audience base of about what? 10,000, 20,000, 50,000. If I keep running at the pace I'm running at, I'll get there. I got there once, I'll get there again. It just takes patience. It takes consistency. It takes time. It takes some loyalty. It takes some dedication. It is not as easy as you think, but you will get there if you keep running. This is your brother No Covers. I love you. I don't want to kill any of your dreams. Reach for the sky. Reach for the moon. Reach for Jupiter. But make sure you get that paperwork done in the process so you don't get a flat tire and not have on Mr. Fix-It. Y'all have a good day. Peace and blessings.